من المراكز الحضرية والمناطق الريفية. بتضمن شراكتك مع آي راديو الرؤية عبر منطقة جغرافية واسعة.
ما تفوت فرصة توسيع نطاق رسالتك باستخدام آي راديو. شارك أو أعلن معنا الليلة وخلي صوتك مسموع في جميع أنحاء جنوب السودان. Looking for the perfect radio partner? iRadio is your answer. Why choose iRadio? Here are the 5 compiling reasons.
Trust and reach. iRadio stands as the most trusted and popular radio station in South Sudan. Backed by recent surveys with a loyal listener base, your message will reach a wide audience effectively.
Extensive network. iRadio is not just a radio station. It's a network of interconnected stations. When you partner with iRadio, we'll broadcast your program across multiple locations such as Wow, Awil, Kwajok, Yambio, Bor, Rang, Malakal, and Baliet, ensuring maximum coverage and impact.
Regional presence. iRadio footprint extends to the states of Western and Northern Bahr el Ghazal, Western and Central Equatoria, Jonglei, Upper Nile, and Warab. By collaborating with iRadio, you can connect with diverse communities and target audiences in these regions.
Community engagement. Partnering with iRadio means engaging with communities at a grassroots levels. Your message will resonate with listeners in various locations, fostering meaningful interactions and driving brand awareness.
Comprehensive coverage with stations in strategic locations like Reng, Malakal, and Baliet. iRadio offers comprehensive coverage that reaches both urban centers and remote areas. Your partnership with iRadio ensures visibility across a wide geographic area.
Don't miss out on the opportunity to amplify your message with iRadio. Partner or advertise with us today and make your voice heard across South Sudan.
Hello and welcome to the Sundown Show on iRadio with me, Madrama James. Today is Monday, the 19th of May 2025. And in today's special edition of the Sundown Show, I'm joined live in the studio by potential and wonderful guest from the Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians of South Sudan, known as also AGOS, to raise awareness about a serious but often silent threat to pregnant women across the country. In today's discussion, my guest will be Dr. Lake, who is a resident in gynecologist, and Lucy Gloria, who is the director of the Department of Obstetric and Gynecology at Juba Teaching Hospital and member of AGOS. And finally, we shall have, of course, Abe Immaculate Alex, who is a midwife and program officer with AGOS. Good to have all of you and to the studio of iRadio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, to start with Dr. Lake, our discussion will be on pre-eclampsia. And when we talk of it, what does it really mean, more especially to someone who is listening to us now? Marhaba.
Thank you very much. I saw that you have struggled with pronounce it, preeclampsia. Yeah. Even me, if I was not a doctor, I will struggle with it. Preeclampsia زي ما بقولوا بعربي ده عيان بتاع ضغط جنين. زمان في السودان كان بيونسوا ضغط جنين أو ضغط عالي، لكن ضغط عالي اللي بيجا مع حمل. هو ضغط أول مرة يجي لإيتا لما يلقوا إيتا حملان، يعني إيتا زمان لما كان ما حملان إيتا ما عنده عيان ده، وكمان لو إيتا ولدوا عيان ده بيختفي من إيتا. Usually it comes after 20 weeks of gestation. يعني هو بيجا بعد الأسبوع 20 في حمل طبعا هو 9 شهور أو بقولوا بأسابيع هو 40 أسبوع. So بعد الأسبوع 20 this is when always this disease comes up. This disease has a very high morbidity and mortality in South Sudan. Nuswantana, they suffer from it in South Sudan. Some of us doesn't know it. Me on my personal level, in the wild min habobatai, ما بيقدر يحرك إيده ولا كرة. It's one of the complications of severe preeclampsia. That's why today we have come so that we share with you the message of what is preeclampsia.
Umalu bedhabes ma nasawena cases bukon hamilano shino kida maluma rojal badro. Nasina dezola almabo fine.
أيوة ده سؤال مهم شديد. النقطة ده لما نزولي حمل طبعا حمل ده حاجة جديد في جسم تاكي. إتشيلو جينات بتراجل في جسم تاكي. sperm بالنسبة للجسم is a foreign body. So لما الجسم بتاكي مناعة أو what is called immune system, when it's recognized it will try to incorporate it in itself. حمل بروح قدام وبكون حاجة اسمها placenta أو بيسموه طبيعة. ناس بعرف طبيعة اللي هو لما انت بولدوا في حاجة كده بتطلع اسمها طبيعة. طبيعة ده عنده جينات بتاعه أو خلايا بتاعه لما يجي في جسم ويكون عالي في جسم بتاع مرة الشرايين بتاعه بتضيق. خلينا ناخد مثال بسيط. انت لو جيبوا خرطوش تاع مويه وهو فاتي زي ده مويه بكوبه براسه but the moment that you put your finger انت بقفله بسيط زي ده مويه ده بروح شديد. That's the same thing that happens to the mother. So خلايا ده بتاع طبيعة ده بيبقى ضيق. So لما يبقى ضيق زي تقفله خرطوش تاع مويه ده مويه بيطير بعيد. So it will increase the pressure. That's why you will have high blood pressure. The نتيجة لشنو؟ نتيجة بتاع خلايا جديد بتاع طبيعة جا في جسم تاكي. Yes.
Before I move to that, Lucy, it's this complication. It's one of the disease termed as a silent killer, and you earlier on said it's very common in South Sudan. Why is it common, and why is it also called a silent killer? Welcome.
This is a very nice question. It's called a silent killer لأنه simply نسوان ما بعرف إنه now أنا عندي حاجة اسم توتك الجنين. They doesn't know the signs. They doesn't know the symptoms. This is number one. Number two, نحن عندنا حاجة بتاع ده صداع خفيف وبعد شوية مع بنادول ولا حاجة كده وبروح ما عنده مشكلة أو كلنا بروح بكرة أو باقي مرات إنت بلقى هو داير يمشي مرة ده داير يمشي ديك الراجل بتاع ده ما ينتاكي تا كل يوم ده. So there is delayment. حتى لو she recognize it, there is delayment of taking the decision. Sometimes they take the decision. قال خلاص كويس نينا داير روح. ومن بيطالع ومن بيكون ساكنين في محل بعيد مثلا تركيكا. بيلقوا 6 7 8 check points. أي مرة داير فتشوا عربية. The moment they reach the hospital here which we have in Juba Teaching Hospital, حالتهم من بيكون صعب. تبلغا بدا convulsions تبلغا دقي دبقى عالي شديد دقي دبردو تلقى كاتولوجينا جوا بطنا. That's why we call it a silent killer. هم ما بعرف ده. So sometimes they reach the hospital لكن هو بيلقوا باقي مرات كهرباء ما في بيلقوا حاجات ما في. So lack of awareness it's what makes it to be called a silent killer.
Do you have a statistic of maybe women that are having the disease available in South Sudan?
Yeah, actually it's very high. عندنا لو كتير حتى في مستشفى جوبا عندنا أمبر خطوبة تاهم براهم تناس تدقيت عالي. Giving the exact number, I have a research that I'm working on it. The proposal will be presented by this June. So hopefully by the end of this year I will be having actual prevalence and the risk factors why does mothers having or the number of mothers that are having preeclampsia in South Sudan, especially Juba Teaching Hospital.
All right. Over to you, that's Lucy. Gloria is the director of a department of that's gynecology, and you are the person in charge of receiving some of these patients that have preeclampsia. Tell us your own experience. What are you really getting at the hospital?
The challenges we face with this silent killer, let me say it is one of the 5 major causes of maternal mortality. Sometimes when it is mishandled, it is preventable. But if it is mismanaged from where the patient is coming from, let's say from the community to the nearby health facility, as he has spoken about too many checkpoints on the way. By the time this woman is reaching the hospital, sometimes she has already lost the fetus, which is a heavy blow for all of us and to the family. Sometimes when the mother comes, she comes when she is already helpless. Even if you try to put a lot of effort, sometimes you cannot make it. That's why information giving and awareness is very important. And for those who are hearing us right now, I want to tell them they should not ignore any signs in pregnancy. When a woman said, I'm having headache, she really meant it. If she said she's having epigastric pain, that means she really mean it. If she said, I'm having difficulties to see, she really mean it. Immediate action should have to be taken by either the family, the community member, and any well-wishers. Some of the challenges that we face here is the patient come to the hospital when it is already late, and sometimes rescue them become a problem. This is one of the challenges that we have there. And some, they waste a lot of time in decision making. By the time they realize that it is time for us to go to the hospital, it is already night. You know, the security of the country is not up to date. They will say, okay, let us wait up to tomorrow morning, which is not the case.
How serious is preeclampsia in a week or in a month? Cases that you will either attend to, because we really wanted to know how serious is it.
Preeclampsia or eclampsia, we see perhaps in a week maybe 5, or even in a month we can see like 20 or 30. If you find women even 1, if you see a woman with a preeclampsia even 1, that means if you are few, everything has to stop. You have to rescue that life. Yes.
And where are most of these cases coming in from in Central Equatoria here?
Some of them come from within the city. Some come from the places known as Terekeka, Rokon, Lurit, Kopuri, and Nesitu. Women come from this far.
All right.
And even across the river, women come from there.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me invite in that Bear Immaculate. What step can be really taken to prevent that eclampsia or catch up, early enough, as Gloria's said it earlier on? If it is not well handled, then people are likely, to lose life. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. As doctor has said, eclampsia is a very, very serious case. With the experience as being a midwife, we have managed a lot of cases. But to cut it short, mostly preeclampsia, eclampsia are the only way that we could prevent it is through antenatal care. Why do I say like that? Because during antenatal care, it provides early detection. Because when a woman comes for the first time in antenatal care, we take blood pressure. We do investigation for the urine, whereby you can easily detect if a mother would have preeclampsia during the urine test. Blood pressure, we take it. And then we also have, during the antenatal, there's also monitoring and management. Because the moment we take the blood pressure and we find that it's high, that mother would not go like that. We have to put her on medications, or we tell her ways to reduce the pressure. And then we also have, during health education, we have something like health education. Like we teach the mother danger signs. So like when the mother comes, before you could start giving the whole antenatal clinic, you need to tell them what are the danger signs, the signs that they have to notice if they have those signs. For example, if a mother tells you she has severe headache, And this severe headache is the one that's, even if you take painkiller, it will not go. It will still persist. That one is already a sign of it. Sometimes the mother will stay at home, seeing that she has swelling all over the body, the face, the leg, all over the body. That is already a danger signs. So when you educate a mother on those danger signs, then the moment they go home and they see those danger signs, they will just realize this is a problem, and immediately they will come back to the health center.
Yes. Now, in situation where some of the counties doesn't have even a proper health facilities, and issues to do with antenatal care, it's not even happening in those areas. How best can you advise such person, to have assistant or medical assistant in those areas?
Now, this one especially, it goes back to identifications on danger signs. Because the moment, if you know you live very far and you have those danger signs, like now when we are talking here, there are other people they are already listening, and they have understood that when I see these signs, it's already part of a danger signs. So the moment they feel they have those danger signs, immediately they have to see a way of seeing a medical personnel. That is all.
Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Thatselek, tell us, can you learn about the Zol back there of cave girl when do eclampsia wa bamulushuno beta ze abe wona sugabal shوية.
اوكي طيب لو انت مرة انت قاعد في بيت وانت قاعد بعيد في حاجات، يعني مثلا يكون انت مرة diagnose ببريكلامسيا، انت حمل وواحد من حمل بتاعك ده قالوا اسمع انت كان عندي ضغط جنين، معناته انت عارف في راسك انه مرة جايت له حمل تاني في لسه probability بتاعته انت لسه ممكن يجي له ضغط جنين. so مهم زي ما ماكولت قال انت بيجي ل ANC contacts عشان يعرفوا كان هل صحيح حاجة دي لسه فيه ولا حاجة دي انتهى من حمل ده. نمرة 2 في حاجات اللي بيزيدوا chances بتاع انه انت بيجي له بريكلامسيا. حاجات ده نمرة 1 انت لو حمل بتيمانية، حمل تيمانية بكالي زي ما انا ونسو طبيعة ده كبير، فالطبيعة ده كله ما يكون كتير ياو بعدي ل بريكلامسيا او ضغط جنين. سو لما يكون عندك حمل بتاع تيمانية وزيادة بيعمل. نمرة 2 لو انت طول ما ولده، يعني انت كان ولده زمان وتتاني ولده. نمرة 3 لو ده اول جنة ليتا، يعني انت بعرف انه ده اول جنة ليتا ده بكريا تاكي، لازم انت بتتابع لانه انت برضو انت عندك هاي تشانس. نمرة 4 او ريس تاني زول اسود، زول اسود دم تو سكون، سو برضو انت عندك هاي تشانس بتاعتها بجليتا ده الجنين. برضو لو انت غيرو راجل تاكي، يعني انت كان جوز راجل وانت ولده معه، يلا سيتسيبوا راجل داك تجيبوا راجل جديد. لما انت دير ولده مع راجل جديد ده انت احتمال يجي ليتا ده الجنين.
زول بقدر فاهم كيف غيرو راجل كمان برضو بقدر جيبوا شكلها زين.
غير راجل ذاته ولا الطريقة اللي هو جابوه؟
نو تلقى قلت طبعا لو مثلا مرة كان عنده راجل تاني براو يالو جاشيلو راجل تاني جديد.
أيوة.
نعم وبحصل كيف يعني.
اوكي. سو أنا زي ما ونسو قبل in the introduction إنه في genetics بتاع زول جل جسم تاكي. راجل جديد ده ديو genetics. سو في واحد من الأسباب طبعا همل بتاع ده الجنين ده ما عنده أسباب clearly, they are all about theories. so واحد من theories بتاعه ده اسمه immunological theory اللي هو theory بتاع مناعة. theory ده بقول شنو؟ بقول إنه راجل جديد اللي تجوزه ده عنده DNA جديد، فجسم تامرة هو قاعد يحاول يقرأ الجينات الجديدة الجليو ده. process ده بخلي إنه يعمل remodeling ده اللي هو تغيير بتاع خلايا البتاع الدم القاعد في الطبيعة ده. so remodeling ده بيدي لفازو constriction اللي هو قلناه قبل بديك شرايا ده اللي هو بخلي لأنه ده قد يكون عالي.
All right. Gloria, over to you. What challenges do healthcare providers like you face during the diagnosing of that eclampsia? Welcome.
Okay, some of the challenges I would mention is insufficient equipment. Sometimes of course, in the government hospital, the government also need to be helped. They are not able to provide everything. And in the management, in the diagnosis of blood pressure, we need a blood pressure machine, we need a monitor, we need a glucometer, we need pulse oximeter, right? These are some of the things which really we need to keep a tray for it separate. Whether there is eclampsia or whether there is preeclampsia or there is no eclampsia, whether there is no eclampsia or preeclampsia, these things has to be there at hand so that when a patient comes, they are always there. And another thing which will help us to diagnose the preeclampsia in a pregnant woman is adequate history taking and physical exams. After the physical exams, we also have to evaluate this particular mother antenatally very well, and then we have to also educate their partner on identification of the danger signs. And not only that, this particular woman who came to the facility to take today is a caregiver to the next woman when she go back to the community. Yes.
Over to you, Immaculate or Ben. What message would you really want to share with some of these women who have, in one way or the other, failed to attend that antenatal care?
Okay, thank you very much once again. What I could say to our women is that antenatal clinic plays a very, 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 very crucial role in helping in their own health, not only on preeclampsia, eclampsia, but there are some of the diseases that can easily be diagnosed through ANC. So ANC is very, very important. And I tell all my mothers who are outside there and they're listening to us, please, please, let us endeavor to attend antenatal care. Sometimes even if you don't have the money, but those teachings, those health educations that we give in the morning, they will really, really, really benefit from it.
All right.
Yes.
Gloria, one of our followers that's on our Facebook page that she lost her child due to negligence. And when she complained, people around her said you were only acting funny. And what kind of message do you have? That's Beatrice Woro Morbe writing to us via our Facebook page.
We are very sorry for the loss. Communication, always people talk to each other, sometimes it's very terrifying. I'm saying this, the loss of your baby, death is cruel. It can cause a lot of comedy among people. And we are really sorry for your loss. We pray that God give you a long-living child. To the community, sometimes that happen for reasons which are not within our jurisdiction. Of course, a person who don't know will say maybe it is because of negligence. That's why a mother died. That's why a child died. But that is not the case. Our days are numbered. If it really means that the baby should come out of the condition where she or he is, definitely the baby will make it to life, regardless of the trial that people make. I'm still reassuring this sister of mine. She still have a higher chance. Doesn't mean that when you lost it today, you will continue losing it. You have a great chance of having beautiful babies in future. I'm sorry for your loss.
All right, over to you, Immaculate. Why do you think, pregnant women have a lot of sometimes complaints, and some of their complaints are taken or assumed like they are, over exaggerating the old, situation? Why do you think it's really so common? And as such, it leads also to that eclampsia if it is not well monitored.
Okay, let me just cite a very, very simple example. In a situation whereby this is maybe, let me say, we call it arusa, a newly wedded. She's just been married. They have brought her in the house, and then she's pregnant. But now, because pregnant women, we need that rest. But now you're living with the in-laws. When you tell them, people living in the home, when you tell them, I'm not feeling well, maybe I'm having backache, maybe I have pain, they will say maybe, no, it's a best Kasilan.
You are pretending.
Yes, you're just pretending. So sometimes these women, they feel, instead of the in-laws telling them that they're Kasilan or something lazy, so they pretend everything is fine, and they continue with that day-to-day activity, which at the end of the day, by the time now they will realize and take the mother to the hospital, it is going to be very, very, very late, which is one of the things which we group them among delays. We have the 3 delays. The first delay, which is even from home, making the decision to take somebody to the hospital, that is a delay. Then another thing is, we have already made the decision we want to take me to the hospital, but I don't have the transport. Now you just say, Fetiso Raksha, do this, and it's not there. Another thing is, we come now to the hospital, bringing her to the hospital, you will find that we don't have even BP machine. We don't have the strips for testing the urine. That one will also be another delay, which at the end of the day, it will bring for us maternal death. So I would say us, and then I would just tell our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, sisters who are outside there, please, let us give these women chance. When a pregnant woman tell you, I'm not feeling well, let us take it very, 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 very serious.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me cross over to Dr. Lake. In such a situation, how can men be so supportive to their wives during pregnancy?
ده سؤال سمح شديد. لما المرأة بتطلع حامل ده طبعا مسؤولية مشتركة. لازم ده أول حاجة تبخطه في حياتك. مرأة بقى حامل ده ما مسؤولية براو. يس عنده مسؤولية، لكن ده مسؤولية برضه مسؤولية مشتركة. So مرأة ده بيكون عنده فحوصات دايرين يعملوا له، بيكون عنده ANC contact اللي أما كل تجيكلم فيه من جبال. أنت you have to attend these ANC contacts. أنت لما نيتا بيجا في زيارات الباينو بودايا في ANC ده ذاته بيشجع مرة بتاعك إنه كل مرة يمشي ل ANC، لأنه هو بيلقى support منك جيت جيت معه. So نمرة واحد هو بيلقى إنه الحاجات اللي بيدرسوا له ده بتسمع معه. لو في رسالة في النص هناك دكتور داير وين سليت انت بتسمع. تاني يعني تزاتو بتتأكد كان كلامات لوكي وين سليك في بيت ده هل ده سي pretending ولا دكتور وين سو كلام ده قال ده حقيقة. تانيا وجود بتاع راجل تا مرة ده I'm Christian, so زمان لما الله خلق آدم ده جاب له مرة. So your presence there is very important. So I recommend أي راجل قاعد في محل ده مرة بتاعك ده حامل ما حامل to be there، لكن very important لما نو بيجيني حامل ده إنك تكون معه.
lakini bukun mo kif tabaruf kaman maisha ta junub gali der kedeta mashi poti sahaja san maraba kulu shunu. In such an environment, how can you really be next to your wife and support her?
شكرا سؤال ده سما شديد. طبعا أنا دكتور، أنا I spend like 5 days a week in the hospital، وأنا متزوج ومرة تاعي حامل. So ما ضروري قال إنت بيجيني جنبته لسه زيادة معناته إنت جنبته. لو إنت ونسوا بتلفون is very enough. إنت لو تدقوا بصباح مدام إنت كيف تكون نوم كويس الليلة في حاجة جديد في جسم تاكي ولا إنت ما في حاجة جديد. طبعا she will say something. تعرف نسوان. والله لكن إنت برضو you hear. في complain من الدينجر ساينس الونسول إنت كونفيرنسي كونتاكت إنت بيشيلوا مستشفى. لو إنت دقوا بميسا برضو بكون كويس. يعني لكن ما قال لازم إنت بيجيني جنبه 24 ساعة. Be someone who is زول حنين براها تبون اسمه براها لأنه صحته يعوز نفسه صحة بتاعنا تاكي.
All right. Honorable Ayum Peter Elisha from that's Tomping that is urging you people to train some of the community members, because some does not even listen to the radio, and eclampsia is one of the silent killer disease. What's your take on that, Gloria?
That has been a very important comment. If people have been following us closely with the South Sudan Nurses and Midwife Association, that is SANAMA, and including AMREF, there is an outreach activities to the communities around Juba. And this association is not only in Juba, it is in all the 10 states. Where there is a midwife and where there is a nurses, there is a kind of community outreach going on. Though not everyone is cascaded this information to, but at least the health facilities around there, they are well equipped with this information about preeclampsia and eclampsia. So there are a lot of outreaches going on, and what we are doing now here, this is another way of passing information. That means what I'm urging everyone who has heard this message should be the translator of the next person who did not hear. This way together we will move ahead.
Yes. In residential areas, for example, in Juba here, Nasal, there is someone, which residential areas, in case of anything, they can really go to, Masala?
Okay, let's say health facilities like Gumbo. We have gone to Munuki PSCC, we have gone to Gurei, and then we have gone to Nyakuron. We also went to Nyakuron Health Center and Kator. Those are the people who sometimes help us in passing out information, health-related information to the community.
All right. Dear listener, shortly we shall also invite you to ask your good questions on 091122 986986. But still, I would like to throw this very important question to that Dr. Lake and Gloria can answer, or else Abe. What role can community leaders and family members play in supporting pregnant women at risk? Any of you can pick that and answer. Can I start with you, Gloria?
Oh, well, the last time we went to Gumbo up to Don Bosco, in our meeting it has really been too fruitful to say for that matter, because if we said the community, if you see any pregnant woman, you take this woman to the hospital. They said we lack transport. We went as far as meeting the military people of that area. If you see any pregnant woman coming around you that I want to go to the hospital, please, any vehicle on the road, you talk to the driver, put the woman in the vehicle, let the woman be taken to the hospital. Or even your military car, if you have the fuel, please help us. Because in one way or the other, you are not remaining younger forever as the soldiers for this country. Other new generation has to be born to take over from you. This was our discussion in Gumbo and around John Bosco. And I think it came to pass whereby we were able to, around January, we were able to receive like 3 mothers who were brought to us in the military car. We are very happy for that. Yes.
Over to you, Abe. Yeah. Something that you like to add on roles of communities in helping pregnant women who are at risk.
Okay. As Gloria has stated, I know most of these women around, the only thing they would have most is challenges of transport. A woman will tell you, I could not make it because I don't have more salad mafi. So we advise these mothers, we tell the community, any mother with any sign of any risk factor, please take the mother to any of the nearest facility around. Like those in Gumbo, it's not that they have to come up to Juba Teaching Hospital. They have to go to Gumbo's PSCC, which is nearer. Even I think in is it last week or last week but one, we had one of the communities, is it in Kapoita? They had to use wheelbarrow to bring like someone to the health facility. So if the facility is within the community, people can even get this Nangala and then they bring the mother to the health facility. It's just a collective effort of the community. I think that is what I can add.
Yeah, dear listener, at this time, allow me to have this first commercial break of the show, and then when we come back, you can stand a chance of calling us on 0911-022-986986. If at all you have a question to my potential guest, you will do that shortly.
The Ministry of Health is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with a new vaccine introduction of pneumonia vaccine, targeting all children aged between 6 to 14 weeks. Take your child to the nearest vaccination center during the African Vaccination Week or Big Catch-up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Alice.
Good morning, Mama Ladu. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Ladu for pneumonia vaccination at the health center to protect my child against pneumonia and meningitis. He was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Alice already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes, she needs to be vaccinated with at least 3 doses at 6, 10, and 14 weeks to be fully vaccinated, immunized, and protected against pneumonia.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be a vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, pneumonia vaccine is effective in preventing pneumonia and deaths in infants and young children. This vaccine has just been introduced this year, 2025. A lot of children were not vaccinated. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get pneumonia.
I didn't know that pneumonia is very serious, that it can cause meningitis and even death.
Yes. Pneumonia is a life-threatening disease caused by bacteria or viruses. The signs are cough, fever, chills, and shortness of breath, which may be accompanied by chest pain when breathing or coughing. Children who survive may experience long-term effects on lung function and increased risk of respiratory conditions like asthma.
Asthma or lung function complication? Oh, that sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with pneumonia vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for this vaccine? Hope it is not late.
No, you are not late. Pneumonia vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all government health centers in your areas. Tell your neighbors with children between 6 to 14 weeks to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest health center for pneumonia vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest health center and protect them from pneumonia and other vaccine-preventable diseases. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO, UNICEF, and South Sudan Women in Medicine.
The Sundown, for the news, views, opinion, debates, and discussions. Listen to who is who talking about issues that affect our country and continent. Only on the Sundown, your eye on South Sudan.
Well, welcome back from the commercial break. في زمن بتاسة توالتا باقدر شيلو تليفون واتصل معنا في 09 وايد وايد ولا 229 والمخالة معي راديو.
مدرما جي.
أيوة.
ما جوزيف فاني من زمان السنتا.
مرحب جوزيف.
أندرتير من جيب بتاعنا الفيسيو وأنا بعرف بهم مرحبا.
مرحب.
توبيك كلام شديد. توبيك المساعدة. توبيك كان قالنا نفسه كان يشيل لك بفولو كان بساعدنا. تعرف أندر نجيلهم بكلام بتاع ليشيا ولا كلام بتاع بالجيلهم ده. أنا ما أقدر نجيلهم أنا ما أقدر نجيلهم مسائل أنا كان كيف اليوم طبعا ده حاجة ناتشورال وجه لازم لكن عندنا نجيلهم أخوانا بتاعنا وأخوات بتاعنا بيقولون يعني sometimes جاي محل بيرامون وغيره ده منهم بيجيبوا information زي نعم في جاية لكن في محلات تانية من لبنان فين جاي نجات على في محلات من لبنان جين محلات بيشيلوا كم بيشيلوا تاتي كي أجر كيلومتر من جد ما بيسافر مرة ما بيجي نسافر كمبلا فأنا ما أعرف كمان سندي بوس لهم نسافر وفي كيسز كليبشيا ده بي happen لكن من تمن ما كان ولا دم كوبو ولا بيسولنا خلاص يموتوا وثانيا عندنا قدوم يعني مثلا يعني الدول itu هل بيجسون ما بقرا مول في كنيسة زي يعني بالكنيسة كده بالصلوات كان بعمل هذا education للناس لأنه ده حاجة مساعد الناس كله لأنه كان ده أنا ما أعرفش المستشفى تبي جو مرة كان بيجوا أنا من نفر ناين كان بيجا مرة بيجا بعد ما توري بيجا نعمل بيجا كمبرة المستشفى بتاع براو أنا ما أعرف ده حاجة كان بور رجال ده كان رجال كان دايروا في كنيسة بيجوا رجال ده كتير في كنيسة أنا المستشفى ما بورا تو كان يعني ما أنا ما أعرف بعمل يعني بعمل نظام يعني
في كنيسة ولا شنو ما في مشكلة جوزيف ضيوف بيجوا بيتابعوا شوية. alright نعم ده كان جوزيف من مدينة لبنان أول قال خطة لمنطقة البرا من جوبا مثلا لبنان قال ما فيو PHCC they are to quote what kind of plan to those isolated areas. Can I start with Abe?
Thank you very much, Joseph. It's really very sorry as Lobonok is one of the biggest area around. Even I'm surprised that it doesn't have a PSCC. I've not inquired more if it has a PSCC or it does not have. But yes, health education can be done in the church. It can be done in the church. Maybe this is one of the initiative that we are supposed to like take, because even if you tell this husband to bring their women to the hospital, they will say, "I'm going to look for money for food. You go alone." So the woman ends up coming alone. So all these things that you tell to the woman, the husband will not know. So this is another initiative. We are going to take that one into action. We shall have health education in the churches. Not only, it will not be mainly on preeclampsia, eclampsia, but it will tackle maybe all the maternal death, all the whatever that bring maternal death.
All right.
Yes.
Gloria, why don't Juba Teaching Hospital come up with an initiative like Mara Lorwa Mudura Jilto? That woman will not have access to that health services, and this will also force their husbands to come. And we have seen this in some other health facilities, and it's working. What's your take on that? Because if you take a look at Lobonok now, doesn't, according to the resident there, it doesn't have PHCC.
We are very sorry about the Lobonok incident, but Betofik, inshallah, maybe one of the coming days ahead kan raba na riziki na bemo salat ina bag der silu ziara la hadi fi Lobonok ina bayin wede nag be kun cave yani kanina mikin girwa fi Lobonok ina magi silu maana museshfa lakini na bisilu hajat besit alina bag dera muluma assessment le nasawin alhamilanin fi Lobonok but makanina mul assessment le nasawin fi Lobonok albiga waga fi category ta preeclampsia wele eclampsia mikin bija maana fi Juba lakin tani shunu meisa tajuba asa sab museswa maindu akel de yaw sabab tani alina gikel ngale kan biga mara ayan wele kalas biga indu danger side ta preeclampsia de kereja geni fi jwa museswa ini mara tanin bigeni yomen maindu akel kwez tanin bigeni yomen maindu akel mikin biakolo min zumulan alfiambara how she don't have food completely. Question number 2. Question galisana.
Nasawin albetab gija museshwa mudun rujal malu conditions tani nasawi museshwa bukuta shan nasawin da bijama rujal betom museshwa.
Condition day, maybe it will come with time. Lakini sede, some of the husband dies while leaving their women pregnant. Yala kan rajil biga mutu sibu mara hamilan. Definitely mara de bijafi mushesh fa barao. And fina sawin in the they get pregnant in the process of cohabiting. They are not officially married, but they get pregnant. We cannot stop them from attending antenatal clinic, because if we stop them from attending the antenatal clinic, that means indirectly we are also contributing to increased rate of maternal mortality. That's why we cannot really stop them. Any woman who comes to the facility, the one who comes with the husband, we attend to. The one who comes without a husband, we attend to them. We have not yet said, okay, let us restrict those who did not come with their husbands should not be attended to.
Okay. Yeah. Abe wanted to add something.
Yes, I wanted to add something small on what she has said, that we cannot like stop those women who don't have husband not to come to the hospital. But what we do now in the hospitals and then in the health centers around Juba, we give them, you see, when you go to antenatal, especially today, Monday, you will have around 100 something women who have come to attend antenatal. Now, we prioritize them. Those ones who have come with their husband, even if they come at the latest hour, we take them first. Those ones who have come without their husbands, we leave them behind a little. And then
what's the logic behind?
we prioritize them so that tomorrow this woman will go home. If the husband is there, I will say, no, we need to go together. You see, today I went very early, but because Filanja Berajilto, they were taken fast than me, so I had to wait for longer time because I did not go with you. So it's just another way of provoking them to bring in their husband.
All right.
Yes.
To that's Dr. Lake, but before that, radio. All right. Dr. Lake, tasuma min akuna Joseph Bugol رجال يا ما كل غرف في المستشفى وده تكوت عشان كمان بيلقى معلومات مهم زي ده لكن قبلك نشيله من ده راديو. Yes, Lul.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not too bad. Thank you for having me on your show.
You're welcome.
I think this is a very tremendous topic, and this condition which often affects many pregnant mothers. But in many countries, women are always go to antenatal clinic to receive advice from health experts. But here in our country, women are not being taken care of. For example, pregnant mothers do not do strenuous activities like carrying a jerrycan or something.
So what's your question to my guest?
My question is, how is this condition normal in pregnancy? Eclampsia. And if left-footed, can it prove fatal? Can it process?
Okay, thank you.
Those are my two questions.
Okay. Why is it so common? And if it is left untreated, what could be the repercussion? Radio? Yes, Dr. Lake, you can quickly join us in the area of that's the outreach program. Marhab.
Okay, شكرا. طبعا رجال ياهو ناس القفتش واكل في الجنوب واكل بقى صعب في الجنوب. That's why everyone wakes up in the morning very early prioritizing food on table over going with their wives to attend the ANC. So I think إنه في strategy شوية هنا بقدر أعمله.
زي شنو؟
طبعا علينا قانا نعمله هسه ده is one of the strategies. Now we are talking on the radio. وإنت لو لاحظ من قبل ما في مرة دقو ده كله رجال. So this is one of the strategy. That's why we are here. That's why we are on the show. نمرة 2 social media. ما في زول في جنوب السودان هسه قالوا ما شايل تلفون سمارت. أي زول بيحب تلفون سمارت. So إنت لو كنت حاجة في فيسبوك زي ما ناس راديو عندهم فيسبوك بيج، ناس قاينوا حاجة ده، تكتوا في تيك توك، تكتوا في انستغرام، ناس ممكن يلقوا حاجات ده. فرجال ممكن يعينوا هناك. زي ما أكو بتاعنا برضو ونس كلام تا كنيسة، نينا لو ونس في كنيسة زي في فقرة إعلانات تا كنيسة بكون حاجة كويس شديد. ولو ناس عملوا تنت صغير بعد كنيسة تبطلع برا، ناس بونسوا في تندا قال ده كده ويت مفترض تبجمع مرة.
All right. Over to you, Gloria. Why is eclampsia so common in women? And Abe, you can also answer that question if it is left untreated. Mushkila bukun wen.
From the introductory part, we said this eclampsia, okay, high blood pressure. For example, if I am 50 years and my blood pressure happened to shoot down, to shoot higher a bit, that is normal as for my age. But when I'm not pregnant. But once I take the risk of getting pregnant now, I'm a legitimate target for eclampsia. We say this eclampsia is only specified for pregnancy. Not everybody can get it. And not every pregnant woman can get it. The predisposing factors, the causes are idiopathic, as we said before. But there are these predisposing factors. And these predisposing factors may not apply to one particular person who is diagnosed to be having preeclampsia. Maybe one of these will present.
All right. Abe, if left untreated, what happened?
Yes, we have complications that will arise if it's not treated. One of them is what we call eclampsia. Eclampsia is a condition whereby it arises from the preeclampsia. But another added cause would be the woman will have convulsion. You see, when a woman now reach that extent of convulsion, it's already a dangerous one. You know, convulsions, you have problem with the vein, somebody will be paralyzed, something of that kind. Yeah. Another thing can also cause blindness to the mother. It can also bring something which we call placenta abruptio. Placenta abruptio is like Naman, how do you call it? Debia mush? Yes, debia. Debia de be tala. It will detach itself suddenly due to the high blood pressure.
All right. Yes, we have come to the end of this very conversation. Now, quickly, let me give chance to Dr. Leka to pass out his final remarks in regards to our discussion.
شكرا شديد على راديو انه ادونا فرصه عشان نتكلم مع كوميونتي بتاعنا في عيان البتاع نسوان بتاعنا، عيان من العيانات اللي بيقتلوا نسوان بتاعنا، بيقتلوا امهات بتاعنا، بيقتلوا اخوات بتاعنا. انا داير انقل الرساله دي للرجال، خلينا نروح مع نسوان بتاعنا لANC اللي مقابله بتاع الحمل. خلينا ما نطنش كلام. لو مره قال لك انا عندي كده كده كده، let's not just ignore her. نينا let us address what she needs. انت لو ماشي في الشارع انت عندك عربيه سمع لقيت مره حامل وقال انا داير حصل مستشفى، شيل مره ده ودي في سكه تاكي ده برجالته، احتمال تبلغوا ده مره ام تاكي او مره صاحبي تاكي انت ما بعرف. سو ده انا حاجه داير اي راجل يشوفه النسوان بليز. الكلام اللي تسمع هسه ده زي ما احنا جي ونس ونسات تاني مع نسوان تانيين، خلينا نونس نفس ونس انا نونس هسه مع شباب ديل مع نسوان تانيين عشان هم يعرفوا رساله ده برضه. شكرا.
In 30 seconds, your remarks because of time.
كويس. أنا برضو بكلم كده ما كل مرة الحاملان كده أقدر جا في مستشفى في أسرع الوقت، لأنه مستشفى يا بيساعد تبيعرفوا أجات تلبقى حاصل بطال في جسم تاكي بذات داك الجنين يتبقدر أعرفوا في محل ألقيت لو كيرت من فوقه بعد داك تبيبدا إلى جات توالي ويتبيكون itabiweledu jana selimu ita zato bikun selim wa firabitat bitana tanasawin ya jamaa kedina mawonusu ajat tanin baramen saha bitana kedina agder wonusu. Let's talk about health related issues. In our habitats we can talk about preeclampsia, we can talk about PPH, we can talk about a lot of things which are developmental. So I encourage all of us to seek medical attention. Let us not look at the financial aspect but we should look at the life of a human being.
Thank you. Finally, over to you.
Yes, as in summary, the only message I could give out there is that let all the community, our husbands, our mother-in-laws, let us take antenatal care as one of the most aspect and the key aspect in preventing preeclampsia, eclampsia.
Thank you. My guest was Dr. Lekan Gloria, not forgetting Abe. I've been your host, Madrama James. Up next is a news headline, and we have been talking about that preeclampsia and eclampsia. Thank you so much for asking those good questions.